First, the critics saw Oppenheimer and couldn't stop raving about it. But what does everyone else have to say about Christopher Nolan's 3-hour-long biopic? World War II movies are a dime a dozen, having populated the cinematic landscape for many decades. Taking place everywhere from the front lines to submarines deep in the ocean, these films have thoroughly covered the globe-spanning conflict in numerous different ways.
Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps.
Christopher Nolan is one such director to explore the war through his big-screen work, doing so for the first time via 2017's Dunkirk. 6 years after that war thriller took theaters by storm, the seasoned filmmaker is giving moviegoers a different kind of World War II drama in the form of the highly anticipated biopic Oppenheimer. As the title implies, Oppenheimer puts the focus on one of the masterminds behind the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Throughout the film, the esteemed scientist works tirelessly to develop the superweapon that ultimately played a major role in the end of World War II, all while grappling with the ethical issues that stem from creating such a destructive object.
It's about unleashing strong force before the Nazis do.
This plot, the presentation, the performances, and more resulted in stunned first critical reactions to the film on social media following its premiere in Paris. Now, at long last, Oppenheimer has made its way to theaters for general moviegoers to see for themselves. Given Christopher Nolan's stellar track record as a director up to this point, it should come as no surprise that Oppenheimer is already being regarded as yet another must-see masterclass by many folks on Twitter. One user wrote, "I'm telling y'all, Oppenheimer is a must-watch. It's so awe-inspired, with a fabulous cast, great cinematography, and the score." Another user found Oppenheimer to be absolutely incredible as well, citing the score and the performances of Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. as some of the film's highlights. Speaking of performances, another Twitter review read, "My man Nolan keeps winning. Another 5 stars masterpiece. Another great performance from Benny Safdie." Keeping the positivity going, another user wasn't afraid to use the word masterpiece either, and went on to elaborate on the range of emotions they experienced, writing, "I got mad, I got sad, I was amazed and enjoyed every second of it." Another user wholeheartedly agreed and went so far as to say, "Oppenheimer is the movie of the decade. A perfect blend of history, science, tension, and even philosophy. Christopher Nolan, you've done it again." Beyond that, one user believes that Oppenheimer is one of the best projects Nolan has ever put together. They tweeted, "This is a top 2 Nolan movie, masterful storytelling. I need to watch it again, but the theaters are so booked." Bearing in mind the competition, that's a stronger compliment as one can give. Still, for as much praise as Oppenheimer has received, it has proven somewhat divisive when it comes to one of its key aspects: the 3-hour runtime. One user tweeted, "Oppenheimer was literally a masterpiece. Only thing is that it's too long." Another user agreed with this sentiment and wrote in part, "Some will go crazy, some will dislike. A 3-hour-long courtroom/interrogation drama, bored to death." Of course, there are plenty of people who think that the film manages to avoid feeling like it's as long as it is. One user tweeted, "It's 3 hours long but doesn't feel like it at all. This is a must-watch. The story of J. Robert Oppenheimer is so surreal. It'll make you contemplate things." Others were definitely on the same wavelength, and quick to agree that the sheer quality of the movie made its runtime irrelevant. One user wrote, "It was incredible. 3 hours long and it only felt like half of that. Really nice pacing, editing, and sound design." If you're a Christopher Nolan fan, a history buff, or both, and have 3 hours to spare, Oppenheimer is now playing exclusively in theaters.